Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yeji, like yay G. And my channel is all about saving money while traveling because let's be real, traveling can get expensive and no one wants to be spending money. So if you can travel for free, why wouldn't you, right? So if that sounds interesting to you, let's be internet besties and consider subscribing below and let's get into today's video. So welcome to spring and April. And of course, because it's spring and April, new season, it's quarter two. And so it's time to talk about what's in my wallet for quarter two. The cards in quarter two are a little bit different from quarter one, just because we're planning on traveling soon. And so we have a little bit of travel credit cards. For those of you that are just curious, I'll have a link up above so you guys can go check out what was in my quarter one. There are similar cards to quarter one, but quarter two is still a little bit different. So starting with my husband's wallet, and I mentioned this in quarter one, but I like to talk about both my credit cards and also what's in my husband's wallet, just so that you have like a broader range of the types of credit cards that are out there and how two people work in a family with different credit cards. So starting off with my husband's, this is his wallet. I always like to push the buttons because the cards just kind of pop up, but let me take them out and share them with you. So first up is his Fidelity card. It's just an everyday 2% cashback card. We are trying this out this year. We've never had this card before, and we just wanted to try out and see how many points we can accumulate in a year for a daughter's 529. This is a great card, by the way. It has no foreign transaction fees, so you can take it abroad with you if you are traveling, and it has no annual fee, so it makes it even better. Next up is his new Citi Strata Premier card. So this is his second Strata Premier because we downgraded the first card. And so we already hit the bonus, but this is just a keeper card, so it's just good to have in his wallet while we're traveling. This gives you 3x on air travel. It gives you 3x also on gas stations or EV stations. So if you're planning on renting, this is a great card to take around with you. 3x also on dining. So let's say you have another dining card, which I'm about to share soon after this, but if they don't take that card, then this is a MasterCard, so they'll take it, so we can kind of use it anywhere for dining. Now this is our main card for dining. It gives you 4x compared to the 3x from the Citi Strata Premier, so we prefer obviously to have a 4x around, but Amex is not widely received worldwide. Majority of places, but not worldwide. If we can, we'll try to put the dining spend on here, but if not, then we'll just put it in the Citi Premier. Our trips this quarter is going to be in the US, so there'll be no problem using an Amex card. At least I don't think there will be a problem using an Amex card for dining. I've never had an issue in the US, but you know, just in case. This card is not just for dining though. We put grocery spend on this as well. So it's just something good to have, you know, for groceries and dining, which all gives you 4x. Our next card is the American Airlines card. It's the Citi Executive. And this card is mainly just for lounges. And to be honest, they don't really require this card when you go into the lounges. They only require boarding passes. It's technically not needed, but we do like to keep it around just in case. Our home airport is DFW, so we fly a lot of American Airlines, hence why we have an American Airlines credit card. And this credit card gives you a free checked bag, like just the first one though, for everyone in your itinerary within the US. It also gives you a couple other credits, such as car renting from Avis. And I think this card is worth it, and it's just good to have it around if you are a frequent flyer of American Airlines. And the last card that I want to share with you that's in my husband's wallet is the Amex Platinum. We have the Charles Schwab version just because we bank with Schwab, and this was before Amex implemented all the rules. We were able to get both the vanilla version, like the regular Amex version, and the Schwab version so that we can get bonuses for each card. But that's no longer available. Sad. But anyway, this card is mainly just to keep for lounges. Once again, it gives you 5x on flights and a bunch of credits, which I think is worth it, even though the annual fee is super high. A lot of people say it's like a coupon credit card because they keep raising the annual fee and just giving you a bunch of credits. But for us, those credits are worth it, such as like $200 airline credit, which we use for seats because sometimes you buy the cheapest flight and you have to pay to select your seat. Well, if that's the case, we use the $200 credit. It also gives you Uber credit where you can take an Uber or order from Uber Eats. It gives you Walmart, SoulCycle, Global Entry TSA credits, a bunch of credits. that, like I said, it's worth it for us, even though it is pretty expensive. And another thing about this card in particular is that you can transfer your Amex points to Schwab to bank with Schwab and invest in Schwab. So if you're an investor or if you're thinking of investing and you have Amex points that you'd rather use as like cash to invest in Schwab, then this is a good card. So next up is my wallet, and I have a lot more credit cards in my wallet than my husband. So starting off with the British Airways card. This is a card that I keep in my wallet just all year round, and I use it for like the no category type of spend that I have that doesn't have a multiplier for other cards. So I'm trying to hit the 30,000 mark for the whole year to get the companion pass for British Airways because we value the companion pass. And so this is just an all year round card in my wallet. So the next card, or cards I should say, are the same, and that is the Chase Freedom Flex cards. I also carry these cards in my wallet all year pretty much because each quarter they have something different that I need to use the card for basically. Last quarter I used it for groceries and to buy like Amazon gift cards from the groceries or whatnot. What interests me this quarter is that they have Amazon, meaning you can buy gift cards directly from Amazon or just make purchases on Amazon in general with this card, and it gives you 5x up to 1,500. So there's 2 cards, so that's 3,000 that we can spend on Amazon. And I know 3,000 sounds like a lot, but we end up buying gift cards, like Amazon gift cards from Amazon. So we just kind of reload our gift cards so that whatever spend we have throughout the year that we need from Amazon, whether that's like new shoes for my daughter or some sort of like power tool my husband needs, or something like that, then we can just purchase it from Amazon versus going directly to the website and buying it from there. My husband needs like new batteries for his lawnmower from Ryobi, for instance. So instead of going to Ryobi, we just buy it from Amazon, or I buy shoes from Amazon versus buying from Adidas, stuff like that. So we like to pre-purchase gift cards for future expenses. Now, my next card is my ride or die. It's my Capital One Venture X. This is also my everyday type of card. So this gives you 2x on every purchase. It also gives you access to Capital One lounges. And in my opinion, Capital One lounges are nicer than some Admirals Club lounges, but it depends on the airport. This also has no foreign transaction fees. It also gives you back 10,000 points on every anniversary, the travel credit, just everything in general. I love this card. I hope they change nothing about it, or if they do change, it's a good change, I hope, because I love this card so much. The next card is my custom cash. This I keep mainly for groceries. So this card gives you 5x up to $500 every month on different categories. And my category that I like to use it is for groceries. This card should only be used domestically. Don't use it abroad because you will be charged that foreign exchange fee. But once I finish hitting my grocery spend here, then I'll move on to my Amex Gold card and put groceries here. Different each month. Sometimes I spend more on groceries, sometimes I don't, so it just depends each month. But I like to keep both of these around. The Amex Rose Gold card, I don't just have it for groceries, but I also have it for dining. So my husband has his gold card. Whenever he goes somewhere, he needs to buy Starbucks or whatnot, he'll use his card. I use my card. I think it's worth having 2 gold cards in a household. I don't think it's too much. I mean, I do recognize the annual fee is high, but I think the credits you get, especially for the dining credits and such that you get, is worth it because most people, I would say, are able to order from Uber Eats, and the $50 credit you get every 6 months. If you're able to find restaurants near you that you can use, I think it's worth it. Next is the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant card. Technically, it's my husband's card, but I carry it in my wallet because he always forgets to bring it, and so I have to always bring it for him, basically. But this quarter, the hotels that we booked are all through Marriott, so we like to keep this card for incidentals or whatnot. When we eat at hotel restaurants, we also put it into this card because you get a lot more points with this card versus putting it in like an Amex Gold, because sometimes the restaurants in the hotels don't code as restaurant, it codes as the hotel. And so what we like to do is have the bill charged to a room. That way when we check out, we can pay with this card And that way it kind of just gets the confusion out of the way, and we know for a fact that we'll get Bonvoy points. This card is also pretty high in annual fee. I think that's just the theme of Amex cards in general. They're expensive, like they really are expensive, but they do give you credits that offset it. Like this card gives you $300 in restaurants. Sure, it has to be broken down to like $25 each month, I think, except December, but it also gives you that 85,000 point free night certificate that you can use at any Marriott property you want. And we use that credit for Disney in December, and Disney in December is expensive, and the cash rate for a night in Disney in December, whether that's the Swan Dolphin or the Swan Reserve, and they all exceed 85,000 points if you were to like convert it into cash. And for us, this credit card is a keeper card. The benefits we get from it outweigh the annual fee, because remember, you also get platinum status with this, and I know platinum status is like nothing in the US, but it works abroad, okay? Outside the US, it's pretty beneficial, and you get free breakfast. And just taking the Disney example once again, the Marriott hotels gives you breakfast, or at least like breakfast credits that you can use at the coffee shop for coffee or like a muffin or something like that. Versus if you were staying at like a Disney property, they don't even give you breakfast. So I'd say that's a win, and that's why this is a keeper card for us. Now, the last card in my wallet is the Schwab debit card. I mentioned before, we bank with Schwab. I mean, that's why we have the Amex Platinum Schwab card. Majority of our investments are with Schwab, and so it made sense for us to have like a debit card from them as well. But that is not the reason why this card is important. What is important is this card, even though it's a debit card, refunds every ATM exchange rates worldwide. So if you need cash at any point when you're traveling internationally, go to any ATM, and that fee that the ATM would charge you gets refunded back into your account, which is amazing because I don't like to carry a lot of cash when I'm traveling. I mean, I don't like to carry cash, period, because I put everything on my credit card because I want points. But you know, sometimes you need cash. Let's say you're eating street food, for instance, and they only accept cash. Well, you can pull out your money. One caveat with this card is that you do need an investment account with Schwab. And then once you open up an investment account, you can then open up a debit card and then take this with you wherever you go. And those are the cards that are in our wallets for Q2. There are similarities with Q1 cards because, you know, some of the cards are keeper cards, or I keep them in my wallet at all times. But they're also new cards because we are traveling, and so we do have a little bit of travel cards added into our wallets as well. Anyway, once again, I hope this video was helpful and informative. Do you have any of these cards in your wallet? Do you have any favorite cards in your wallet that are keeper cards? If so, what are they? I'm curious. I just like to know what people keep in their wallets, just like I'm curious sometimes, you know, in what's in my bag videos. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye!